The time slipped up on me today, and I'm just excited to be here. I've been standing here playing with my holograms and playing with my oils and all of the various toys that I have. This is a very special day to me because it is, not only is it Singapore's National Day, it is 1 year since I fell and fractured my hip with that potential of never walking again yet one more time. And here I am today, 1 year later. I can dance, I won't jump, Stephen. He prefers for me to be more careful. I can do whatever I choose to do. And this is the amazing thing about the ability of our bodies to do whatever it takes to regenerate. We simply must get out of the way. So today I'm going to start one more time. We have another minute or two. So I did bring some bowls, and I brought my playful rainbow bowl. Managed to bring it upstairs again carefully because this is so special, and it does have the ability to be destroyed. So enjoy and close your eyes. Use your favorite oil that makes you feel happy. So good morning and happy Sunday. Happy whatever day it is or evening when you're watching. And I hope that you've had really a wonderful week of discovery. For some reason unknown to me, I feel extra happy. These past few days, I have just felt extremely happy, even though all of the things going on in the planet are not very happy for some reason. And I thought to myself, what is that reason? Perhaps it's that I'm allowing myself more playtime. So play, as I've mentioned before, to those of you who followed me for a while, know that that's not something that is synonymous with Frances. Because Frances was a workaholic her whole life. Frances thought play was frivolous. Well, I now realize that play can be the most important thing that we do because it opens us up. It allows us to accept new things, to look at things in a different way. And last week we talked about looking at things through the eyes of a child with that wonder, that awe, that totally different perception from what we as adults who are looking at things more pragmatically choose to normally do in our lives. So joy, I don't know what oils you've chosen to have in front of you. I have a lot, as always, but joy is one of those things that I am choosing to bring more and more into my life. So I'm going to use that first with the intent that I will bring more and more joy into every portion of my being every single day. And now this is something that brought me great joy this week, because Sasha is beginning to send things down from Singapore as the lease on our apartment is up in November. So some of the crystals in my rhodochrosite, which makes me so very, very happy, very difficult to find beautiful large pieces like this. I've had them now for 17 years and I absolutely love them. I'm so happy to have them back. So let's take a deep breath and really get started. I have my sunglasses here too in case I need those to play a little bit more. What is a hologram? Stephen asked me this week, he said, Frances, have you ever really explained what a hologram is? Because, you know, he looked it up in the dictionary and he said, it doesn't sound like what I think you mean. So I'm going to start there. As you know, we've been playing with the glyphs, the single glyphs, and they're like the alphabet. They're like the basics. Each one of these glyphs is actually an energetic package of information. And every time we play with these glyphs individually, it's like playing with the essential oils, the single oils. We can layer them and amplify them by layering them the way Gary Young taught us to do. The energy becomes more and more a part of who we are every single time we do that journey of the glyphs, running through them. Now, and applying the oils intensifies that ability to integrate them. This is energy which can affect us at all levels. Now, a hologram is like an essential oil blend. It has it is the interaction, the true interaction, creating a new packet of information. In fact, it can be considered a library, a whole library of information, much the same way as going from a single letter in the alphabet to a huge word or even a paragraph. So it becomes more and more powerful. And as Gary Young taught us, making a blend is far, far more than just putting some oils together, because the oils will interact energetically and chemically with each other, creating a whole new substance. And that's what happens when we start combining these glyphs of rainbow healing. I'm going to actually read from my app. We all have the ability. You can download the app, whether it's Android or iPhone. It looks like this. You can see what it looks like. And I clicked on holograms so that I could just read. This is here. It's also in the guidebook, the Rainbow Healing Cards guidebook. It's in larger print in the Journey book. However, what does it say? It says, when the frequencies of two or more of the glyphs are moved through the form and field at the same time, powerful healing on many levels can take place. The energies of the glyphs interact with one another to produce a different frequency. Now, we've talked some about frequencies and how different frequencies affect us in different ways. And they can affect us in a positive way or a not so positive way. So much as an essential oil blend, I'm going to skip down The new frequency retains some of the qualities of each of the parts, but it also may be different. And coming on down, holograms can be equated to energetic libraries of information. Each of the following, what I did was we have 4 elements, which are combinations of the glyphs, the earth, air, fire, and water. And we have 18 additional ones that I defined what they felt like to me. Now, you may feel some different things, but I found that there were many different aspects of this energy flow that could be expressed in each of these holograms. Now, in reality, there is an infinite number of ways that 10 glyphs can be combined, just as with the essential oils, depending upon the way. If you took 10 essential oils and plucked out a few here and there, depending upon how many drops, how you combine them, you will get different frequencies. So in reality, there's an unlimited number of ways of holograms. However, this is the important part. Each of the following is a packet of information, a library, if you will, which when integrated into the cellular structure and DNA, holds the knowledge necessary to transcend specific destructive thought forms, patterns, self-limiting beliefs that prevent one from moving forward. Does that excite you? As all of the information is fully integrated, one is able to embody the correct genetics according to the true inheritance. Now remember that these glyphs are all about balance, and that each one of us is totally unique. So the way that you and your body, your being, respond to each one is going to be, it may be quite different from the way that others respond. And that is good, because we're each unique and each searching to become our authentic self, so that we are capable of doing whatever it is that we're here to do, that we were created to do. Isn't that exciting? So, let's see, where am I? As all of the, once the genetics are in place, then the grid work can be repaired. Well, grid work might be considered kind of like the skeleton. I've been experiencing this kind of in a whimsical way as I've watched the sculptor sculpting the statues, the elephant statues that will be by the pool in Fuller Life Villas. Watching him start with this grid work, this grid of these iron things that formed the external, or formed kind of like the skeleton of the elephant. And then as he added more layers, as he's creating more and more to make this beautiful art that we can all enjoy. Once the genetics are in place, the grid work can be repaired, allowing for the correct information to be downloaded for the construction of the physical form and authentic self. And it goes on. You can read it for yourself. I'm not going to read the whole app for you, or the whole book. But isn't this exciting? That purely by focus and intent, we can bring these playful energies that are balancing as we bring them in. These glyphs will not cause imbalance, just like an essential oil will not cause imbalance in your body. They are working to bring about harmony and balance. And your unique being takes exactly what it requires out of any essential oil. And out of these glyphs, whatever it requires at the time, to assist it in balancing. And while I hated the word balance most of my life, because I like highs and lows, balance is what it's all about. Harmony and balance equates to health. It equates to everything positive that you can possibly dream up. So as we use them and play with them, whether you are a visual person like me, who loves to see the colors, loves to see the glyphs, visualize them, playing all around me, going through my arms, going through my bones, going through my organs, cleansing, creating balance in each organ so that they will work together more harmoniously. Stephen keeps telling me that he says, Frances, look back at your pictures. You look better and better. Well, that's wonderful. I'm hoping it's not because his eyes are getting dimmer and dimmer. But he says, you are more and more alive. You are more and more balanced. You are proof that whatever you're doing is working. So as we just played, it's not all about work. So much of the time my life was work. Work, 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 work. Focus, focus, focus. Even as I began sharing the essential oils, even though I was passionate about them, it was a question of make sure that I schedule enough classes and schedule all this trip in and that trip so I can teach more. But it's not about that. It's about learning to allow things to come to you. And this has been a real awakening for me in Bali, and actually in Asia, if you will, because when I came to Bali, I knew one family, one local family. And it was through them allowing the people to come that we were able to create Fuller Life Bali and be able to positively impact hundreds and thousands of people. It makes my heart sing. So could I have envisioned this? No. Could I have planned it? No. It had to come to me. And the only way that these positive things can come to us is for us to be ready, to be open, and to allow them to come in. So I'm going to, very quickly, I've got my cards here, select one of the holograms. Then I'm going to show you what I do. I could select it on the app because you can do that. Play with your app, have fun. It's always with you because how many of us leave our phone where we can't see it and touch it? Let's see what this one is. This is one of those that I love to get. It makes my heart sing, harmony. Because harmony to me is very calming and relaxing. I do not like dissonance. Although, in order to create change, we must have dissonance. Nothing ever happened without change, and change does not happen without letting go of what we already have and allowing the new things to come in. Now, this harmony does not just mean about having happy things around you. It means harmony on all levels. It means longevity. When our bodies are in harmony, they work together. They are happy. They can go on and on. We were not created to live just a short period of time. We were created to go on and on, to be infinite. And the more harmony that is within our physical forms, within our mental, our emotional forms, the more longevity there will be. So it is longevity of the physical form. It's also longevity of relationships. how many of us choose to have longevity in our relationships? There may be some that you are ready to let go of, and that's a whole nother step. We all have some relationships that we wish, okay, I think I've learned what I need to learn. Like, is it time to move on? So whatever. So I pull out the card. I use the oils. I love using the oils, but I'm going to the app, or actually, just because I know I can find it very rapidly, I'm going to my journey book, and I'm going to look up harmony. And we're going to play with some other ones, maybe next week. Harmony. And it's about achieving longevity in health and relationships. I'm just reading from the bottom of the card. But it also means it minimizes as we play with these frequencies and intend to pull them down into our very being, all the way into the DNA, into the cellular level. It minimizes issues of survival. It can support ceasing to create codependent relationships. If I do this, I expect something in return. How many of our relationships are based upon that? Perhaps it would be easier to say, how many of us have any relationships that are truly based upon unconditional love, where there is no expectation of receiving anything, just the joy of being in that relationship. This can support overcoming love-hate relationships. Sometimes we just love the people we're with, and then they do something and we really don't like it. We've all been there. Overcoming clinginess. It's really easy to get caught up in a relationship where we just cling on because it's there. Ending the victim thought form. Transcending illness and disease, because when there's harmony in our cells, we can do that. Creation of healthy and loving relationships. And living in the moment. Wow. Well, I'm going to apply the oils that go with this. That would be the Northern Lights Blue Spruce or the Idaho Balsam Fir, the Northern Lights Black Spruce, or the Idaho Balsam Fir, frankincense or sacred frankincense, and ylang-ylang. Applying those oils, feeling those frequencies come in, playing, looking at this with my eyes, visualizing these energies moving everywhere throughout my being to achieve all of these things. It's so much more than just achieving longevity in health and relationships. It has little different things. And different days, I find that there are different aspects that I need to look at. Yes, we don't become balanced and happy and harmonious forever without focus. So when something gets a little bit out of balance, it's a whole lot easier to steer it back on course. And that's why we use the oils. That's why we play with these fun colors and glyphs and frequencies. And then we just, without realizing it, suddenly made notice, gee, I'm feeling extra happy. I'm feeling extra energetic. I'm feeling extra strong. I am feeling like me. So I challenge you this week to play with your glyphs, play with your oils. Just enjoy. It's not work. If you take the time to do that journaling that we've been talking about so much, your refinement list, join our New Life Journey group, our Facebook group. Read what other people are saying. Just enjoy, set aside a little bit of time to have fun each day. Not work, fun. And have a beautiful, happy week. I'll see you next Sunday or whatever day I see you, and we'll play some more.